Hello there, good evening. My name is Dr.C.K.Narayan and I welcome you to this short video on today's market presentation. Today, market 1st October 2018, starting off a new week on a rather weak footing. And it seemed as we shut the week last Friday, it was a little bit, dicey, what with the sentiment having got punctured rather severely and the index ending as it were closer to 11,000, and it did seem that we would have more declines. So what I have on the screen for you today is the 5-minute chart of the Nifty with some various levels annotated on it. And what we can find, as you can see, this projection which I have down here, which is of the last leg down, 100% projection of that was coming to somewhere around 10,890 for the day. And that was going to be like a kind of an immediate target for the index. Now, if you notice here, I have also put on the chart the daily pivots, which are marked by these blue lines. And the daily pivot for today was starting off at about 10,985, and in the morning when the market set off, it was seeming as though we would quickly have the market pushing down beneath it. And below that, if you looked at it, there were some sort of various supports that were there. Now, what was the broad ongoing or dominant sentiment that was there at the start? You see, in the last week, most people were looking for a bottom and they tried doing some bottom fishing. So they went long intraday, and every day of the week they got knocked for a loop. Everybody got hit, and because the markets ended up consistently on the downside, so they ended the week rather poorly. So it was a fair chance that in this week, most people, having now got used to the idea that the market is headed down, would want to try their hands with a short. So since the market itself was expected to begin a little soft and stay a little soft, the fair chance was that it would go down to test a support, you know, before attempting anything else. So now the next idea, therefore, was to look for a cluster of support. If you come down, the 100% projection was at the level of the previous day low, which was around the same level, 10,890 or thereabouts. And below that, if you notice, these S1, S2 level. Now, S2 level of today was at about 10,855. And what is interesting is also the fact that there was a cluster of supports of similar S2 levels or similar pivot support levels for Friday. And then, of course, it was beyond the levels of of Thursday. But again, Wednesday and last Tuesday, so about a 5-day support zone was getting clustered in the price zone of about 10,825 to 10,850. And if you were to use some sort of price levels using WD-GAN methods, you would again find a cluster in this zone of 10,825 to 10,850. This is what prompted me to write in our morning note, which is featured in Traders Central as a product. I wrote that people should be looking to buy into the October series around 10,850. My conjecture was that with the market having fallen significantly over the last week or the last whole month of September, in fact, and lower positions carried forward into the October series, we had nearly 1 crore of OI getting shaved off the index futures, and the fact that stock futures were also denuded, the market was considerably lighter in terms of the position overhang. Second, you also had a very low concentration in option OI. 11,000 and 11,500 put and call had very limited OI position, about 25 to 27 lakhs only. This is very, very minimal at the start of a new series. It indicated more of a neutral position among the professional option traders. So combining all this, my expectation was that the market would fall into the first cluster of supports, which, like I said, is around the 10,850 area. And I expected the market to revive from that, at least for a throwback rally. Now, if you look at the charts here, this is exactly more or less what happened. The market opened below the pivot. So that clearly told you that it was first going to go down and test the supports. Now, S1 was too near where it opened. So that is not really going to hold the market, particularly in the light of, the way people were poised mentally. So therefore, S2 is where it was most likely to head. By about 10:45 in the morning, the prices did slam down into the S2 level. The breadth was reasonably good. It did look like the market was headed lower, but it formed a nice hammer. Now, this is the crux of the matter. Whenever you're looking for a support to emerge at a certain area, what you really want to see there is the creation of a reversal candle pattern, and a hammer forming on the 5-minute candle chart, followed up by bullish patterns subsequent to that, was good enough reason for me to consider that what I was expecting for the market today was about to happen. Now, this got confirmed as the market traded through previous day, that is Friday's low at about 10,885, 10,890, and then it just kept going. It kept going. Then the take was that at the very minimum, it would reach the day's pivot, which is at about 10,895 levels. Now, as it reached the pivot, the market actually accelerated and punched through the pivot resistance as if it was of no consequence. Now you can note that the 2-day pivot range was also in and around that level, so it was a fair chance that the market was going to make an attempt of at least going towards the first level of resistance, if not even higher. And the market continued there, reaching the first level of resistance somewhere around the 11,050, 60 mark. So the previous day's highs or the previous day's closing was around 11,040 levels. So that is where I wrote again in our intraday update that those who were looking for an intraday play could probably take some profits off, because you had nearly about 80, 90 points of profit coming in, sitting there. The market did carry on further, finishing the day rather well. So it also confirmed my thesis or my expectation that intraday traders would try their luck with the short side today. But since the market reversed early on, as early as 11:30, 11:45 in the morning, most people were trapped on the short side and they spent the rest of the day squaring up their shorts, which is what enabled the market to finish near the top. So if you look at the moral of the story or the lesson to be learned is that if you study what has happened till today and then make a reasonably plausible scenario for what is likely to happen during the day, and then watch what happens to the price action in and around the points that you have defined, it is it is quite probable that your scenario projection can turn out to be reasonably accurate, and that is what really helps you make money. It is this sort of analysis that we bring to our clients through our products, and my analyst team is hard at work doing things like this, and I would request you to be in touch with our companies. You have the details of the website, the phone numbers, all those details are available. And I thank you for joining me in this short video of what happened in the markets today. And I look forward to seeing you in more videos into the future.